This is a Monstera. See what I did there? Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So you may be wondering, why are you in the bathroom? Well, today I'm going to be sharing with you my bathroom plant tour. I've got 10 plants in the bathroom and I'm going to be going through those with you today, giving you some care tips. Obviously, all the plants that I keep in the bathroom love humidity, which is why I place them here. And so far, so good. They're thriving. They're loving life. So I'm going to start off with my golden pothos that you can see hanging from this beautiful macrame plant hanger that I made myself. I sell them on Etsy, so link in the description if you would be interested in purchasing one of those. It is free shipping in the UK. Continuing on, I have this beautiful golden pothos behind me, trailing. If you can tell, I've recently rotated it because that side with the long vines was the one that was facing the window and it was thriving. And then I got another one coming over on the side here since I rotated it. These plants grow so quickly, which is amazing. They are not fussy at all. I usually don't water it until it is absolutely dry in the soil. It likes bright and direct light. It's really enjoying its place by that window. And the humidity in here, I don't miss anything in here really because the shower does my job for me. Moving on, above that, because this is actually a double macrame plant hanger, is my spider plant. I have had this spider plant probably for over a year now. Oh no, almost exactly a year. This is my weekend move-in anniversary, so that's when I bought that plant. A spider plant is great. Again, no fuss. It's so easy. You can pretty much put it anywhere. It'll grow. If you want it to produce babies like mine has, it likes to be root bound, so it likes to be pushing out of its pot a little bit in order to produce those babies. Again, bright and direct light. I had to rotate this one as well because it was really flourishing on one side and not on the other. So I've rotated that, and as you can see now it is doing wonderfully. And yeah, that's my spider plant. I'm gonna be having a video on how to propagate a spider plant coming up soon. I'm gonna take those little babies and put them in water and grow some more plants. Moving along now, next up is my little baby Boston fern. Look at how cute that is. Okay, so I am afraid of ferns, so I figured a little baby like this would be a great little tutorial for myself. The only thing I'll say about having a baby fern is that you don't get to see it unravel like all, like it's like a spiral and it goes like that. So that's the only thing, is I don't get to see the growth as much, but it has definitely grown. Now this one I water every other day. I do check the soil just to double check that it's not like sopping wet still, but it wants to be moist. It does not want to dry out. Ferns do not like to dry out. But again, it's in this bathroom. There's one window. It's like, I don't know, maybe like 3 feet away from the window. It's got a little brown spots, but for the most part it's happy. It's alive. I've had it for like a month now and it's still alive, so I am very happy about that. Next up, we've got my Anthurium Clarinervium. I think that's what you call it. Mine has got a nice little bloom. There we go. So I got this earlier this year. This is one of the rare plants that I was lusting over. It has grown wonderfully. It had 2 little baby leaves when it got here. And as you can see, there are no baby leaves anymore. These are really cool. Basically, the leaves start out, they like grow out and they're like this big, and the leaves get bigger and bigger and bigger as they grow, which is really fun to watch. Again, this plant is pretty easy. I water it like once every week-ish. Again, with the humidity, not necessary because it's in the bathroom, so I don't miss it. It's in the same place as my little fern, so it's getting light. It seems to love where it is, because look at this. Moving right along. This is a Monstera. See what I did there? This is my Monstera Adenasai. I've had this for a few months. It came in a pot with another plant and I just split them, and this one is really thriving. It has 2 growth points, so one here and one all the way up here. I'm hoping that it starts vining enough that I can start attaching it to the wall. That's my goal. But this is, again, a really easy plant. I just checked the soil on this one. I think I might water it like every 4 days. The soil dries out pretty quickly on this plant. I'm not sure why. But obviously the side that's like next to the window is growing tremendously more than the one that's not. So bright light, bright, bright light. Next up is a plant that I have no idea what it is. So if somebody wants to tell me in the comments what this is, I'd love you forever. It's like a cactus situation. I'm not really sure. It's like growing out of the bottom. I treat this like a cactus. It might be a succulent, but it's a little prickly, so I assume it's a cactus. I'm not really sure. I just water it when it's completely dried out. Yeah, that's pretty much it. This was dead when I had it. Used to have like little things growing out of the top, but they like all fell out of the soil, so I'm just left with these like long tentacly situations. If you know what this plant is, please, please tell me in the comments. Now we have one of my favorite plants that I own. This is a fishbone cactus, and it's massive. It's so big. It's so big. I love this thing. It's so fun. It just brings my bathroom to life. It really does. I keep it on top of this like ugly boiler situation that we have in here. This grows so fast. I've never repotted it. Again, I water it when it's completely dried out. It's really easy to propagate this. You just cut it wherever you want, stick it in soil, but wait for it to callus first and then stick it in soil. Or you can water propagate it as well. It works. It grows so fast. All of these little ones coming off of like the big air root, like so all these ones sticking up, were that size like 2 months ago. So it grows so fast. I highly, highly recommend this plant. Next up is this other fern that I own, and it is called a crocodile fern, maybe an alligator fern. I think it's a crocodile fern, but because of these beautiful, beautiful leaf patterns. This has been a little bit of a pain in the ass for me. I had some fungus gnats on it, so I had to let it dry out a little bit, but it doesn't seem to be suffering. I do actually have some new growth in there. Again, this is a fern, so it doesn't like to be dried out completely. I am not watering this one as frequently as the small one. This one's higher up, and it's further away from the window, so it takes a lot longer for it to dry out. So I water this one more like every 3 days, and it seems to like where it is. I just love the foliage on this one. Next up, I've got this cute little snake plant. It's got little growth here. I separated this from my other snake plant that's in my living room, which you will see at some point on another installment of Flat Tour, Plant Tour, London edition. I really like this plant. It's, again, no fuss. I water it when it's completely dry, so sometimes that's like every week or every 2 weeks, depending on what time of year it is. These are really slow growers, so I'm not expecting this like little baby thing to like shoot up anytime soon, but it seems to be doing pretty well. And lastly, I have this dumb cane, and it is dumb. I'm sorry, I really don't like this plant. I've been having a lot of trouble with it. As you can see, there's a new leaf that has unfurled, that has like died in the middle of unfurling. I had so many leaves turning yellow. Soil takes forever to dry out, and it doesn't like to be dry, but it doesn't like to be wet. So I've just come to a dilemma with watering this. It's browning. I mean, it was doing so well for the first like 6 months that I had this plant, but now it hates me, and I just keep it up on a ledge with those last 2 plants and hope for the best, because it's giving me a tough time. I'm hoping I can revive it. It's still got growth coming out, so the way that I see it is, if it's still growing, it's alive. The roots look great. It's just taken some time. Ooh, actually, there's a new growth point right here. I don't know if you can see it because we're not gonna focus on it. Anyway, there's a new growth point, so maybe I'm doing just fine with it. Who knows? That is it. That is the end of my bathroom tour. Those are my 10 bathroom plants that I have so far, because let's face it, if there's room, there will be more plants. I don't really know that there's any more room in the bathroom for plants, but a girl can dream, right? Anyway, if you liked what you saw, please give the video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and leave me a comment. What plants do you keep in your bathroom? I would love to know. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you next week. Bye.